other young guys out there that are racing, I actually got a late start into racing. I started when I was 16 in autocrosses, which are basically club events run by small car clubs, could be national car clubs, local car clubs. I got involved with the BMW Car Club of America, and I just basically brought, I used my dad's street car because I was too young before I got my car, and then as soon as I was 16, able to drive my own, I got an older BMW and just kind of threw it around, learned a lot of stuff in these parking lots with cones. And it was always just sort of a hobby to me. I would always kind of work to get tires, work to pay for, the entry fees, work to pay for just whatever on the car I wanted to do. Maybe extra springs or something like that to stiffen it up. But it wasn't until, a few years ago, back about 2011, when I really started getting sucked into the competitive racing scene with the BMW Car Club of America. And I was hooked. So as soon as I graduated college, I started to basically work just to pay for the races. Me and my dad, we put everything into it. And we pretty much built a race team, and we ran it under the U.S. Touring Car Championship, and I actually was able to take the GT Championship in 2013. First job growing up, I was actually a child actor. So 13 years old, I started auditioning all through high school. I did a few commercials, did a few little things, some theater. So I actually had a whole different route plan for me. I was going to get into production, do acting, do the whole production scene and all that. And it wasn't until high school that I kind of realized I like a lot of the technical stuff. I like working with cameras. I like working with cool gear. And racing kind of ties a lot in with that. I get to do my own video with the race car. I get to kind of produce my own videos, and I get to play with technology. I can't really ask for anything better. As far as people that I really look up to, my dad is one of the top. He really is the one pushing this whole thing. He's running the whole business behind the scenes. He, without him, I would not be able to do this at all. No chance. So he's been my biggest supporter, and of course I admire and look up to him a lot. And then as far as race car drivers go, it's the Ken Block, the Tanner Faust, and the Travis Pastranas that really, sort of brought this scene into being such an action sport involved scene to, fans that are my age. And it's cool to be able to go to a race and see fans your age that are really into it and actually drive these cars on the streets. Our mobile workshop. We'll take this anywhere. We'll take this across the country. We'll take it, to a friend's house just to work on it, in between races. Everything you see here gets packed up into this little 24-footer trailer. So it's kind of a puzzle to put back together, but we've done it so many times. It just kind of takes time, but you got to get it done. I've had the opportunity to drive one supercar in my life so far, and it has been an Aston Martin Vantage, and I gotta say, I loved that thing. I was able to autocross it, really kind of throw that thing around. And as far as kind of dream cars go, if I would like to, if I set my goals on a supercar, I think it would either be a McLaren or the Aston Martin Vantage. I think the fastest we've ever done in the rallycross cars is about 100, 110. We actually don't have speedometers in the cars, so we don't know how fast we're going, but they have radared us. At the last track, the supercars were doing about 125, so us being a little bit down on power, I think we're pushing maybe 105, 110. The top speed I've ever driven on track has been about 145 in the BMW Touring Series, which might not sound like a lot, but that was in the rain. When I found out I kind of really had a thing for all this racing scene, when I jumped into the U.S. Touring Car Championship and throughout with the BMW CCA, it seems like every year I was getting a national championship. So it was one of those things, it's like, yeah, we could either keep, pushing this and keep staying at this level, or let's just jump up, So that was kind of the last straw. It was like, I think I got championship in 2011, 2012, and then it was 2013 when I really jumped up.